Good morning, it's Diane at So Charming Quilts, and I'm here to show you the progress that we've made on Pearl Stars. Remember, we are making the January calendar quilts from Robert Kaufman. January's is Pearl Stars, and I just wanted to show you what we're going to do today. So far, we have made 4 of our CD blocks, 10 of our EF blocks, and another 4 of our GH blocks. So today we're going to start on those side setting blocks, which look like this. There are 8 of these, and then there's another combination of 4. Now, this is where those bags come in very handy, because I was able to just quickly pull all of my pieces every time that I was ready to construct a new block. And I've got some blocks laid out on the table. I've got some different things that are going on here with the blocks. The first thing that I want to show you though is a few of my blocks. When I put the half square triangles together, I want to nest my seams. So for example, these two go together this way when I'm sewing. So I kind of did a test run, a test kind of dry fit, if you'll think about it that way. And I found out that I needed to press just 2 of my seams in the opposite direction. When we constructed our half square triangles, we pressed to the dark side, but when I kind of fit them together, I realized that they would nest better if I actually pressed a couple of my seams the opposite way. So let me zoom in and show you again what I'm talking about. So if you can see on that bottom row, that one that is closer to my triangle, this one here and this one here, I've pressed those seams the opposite way. So once I have everything laid out, I'm going to just kind of start picking them up and sewing in my rows. So we'll sew a row together here for you. And I just work my way across the row, chain piecing, and then I go back and add what I need to complete my row. All right, we're going to pretend that I have all my rows sewn together, and I do here. So here's my bottom row, my next row, and so on. But what I wanted to show you was the pressing instructions. So on the bottom row, I've pressed all my seams, and they're going, well, it would be to the left. And then this row, I'm pressing them opposite, so they're going to the right, so that when I sew those rows together, those seams will nest. I'm also going to take this over to my cutting station, and I'm going to trim my dog ear off. So let me do that for you real quick. So now you can see that when I put my rows together, my row will fit nice and neat. On that, and I'll do that when I go to sew my seam. And I'll trim all 4 of those eventually. Now, you're going to sew your rows together once you have all those little pieces trimmed. And the instructions said to press the seams all in one direction. I found it easier to press all of my seams open. It just seemed to help them lay flat. There's a lot of intersecting sections that get real bulky, so I didn't want to press them down or up. I chose to press mine open, Pressing is a personal preference, so you can choose to press how you want, but for me personally, I chose to press all of my seams open. Now, once I have my block constructed like this, I would go to my cutting table and I would trim off all of my little dog ears that are sticking out here. The next step is, we'll just pretend that I've trimmed those all off. I'm going to add my sashing. So again, 1/4 inch seams throughout your entire project. And now I've added my first row of sashing along the edge. I'm going to take this to the iron and I'm going to press that so that my seams go towards my sashing. So here's my finished one. I've pressed my seam towards my sashing. I've then added my bottom sashing piece and again pressed it towards the bottom. So here's our completed block. And again, we're going to be making 8 of these. And then my next color combination, I will be using the last of my pieces, which will be my BF, my EF, and my BE. And we'll be making 4 of those to complete what we need for that. And then in my last video, I'll come back and show you there are 4 corner side setting triangles that go in the 4 corners, and I'll show you the construction of those. I hope that you'll be joining us. All of our kits are on our web, www.socharmingquilts.com. You can pick up a quilt and sew along with us for the January Pearl Stars. Thank you.